Hi BookTube, so I'm here to do a tag. This is the How Do You Find Time to Read tag. And I saw this on Steve Donahue's channel, and the original was by Josh WMR. Sorry, if I'm looking down, it's because I have the tablet in my hand for the questions. And it's a very quick tag. There's only 6 questions. So the first one is, where is your favorite place to read? And if I could like walk around with this camera, then I would show you. It's a recliner that I have. It's situated with a light, several lights actually. So one of those ones where you can like bend the little lamps. So there's 5 lights all pointing down at me. So I have like really good lighting, and I have a little table beside me for a drink and a notebook and my books. And then I have a window also right behind me. And then I have the view of these bookcases, and there's a nice window right here that Fable loves to go and sit outside. That's outside. Go and sit here and look at outside, because there's a dog park like right across the way that it's like she uses that as her little TV there. So yeah, I like it's a perfect little reading nook. The number 2 is, do you read every day? And yes, I do. It's very, very rare for me not to. In the last like year, maybe like one day a year. Maybe not even that. There's most years where I read every day. I just every now and then where I'm either really, really busy, or if I'm sick. Even when I'm sick, I'll still manage to read. Fit it in somewhere. And even when I'm really busy, I tend to, listen to an audiobook or something. I always have a book with me, no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing. So, there's that. So yes. Let's see, number 3. Do you read out loud to any family members? And I don't. Every now and then, every once in a blue moon, I'll read to Fable, or like my last dog Tucker as well. When I'm reading poetry, for some reason, I will sometimes read it out loud, because it's kind of like a song lyric in a way. And so every now and then, I'll talk to Fable and read her some of the like a little part of it, and she'll look at me like, what are you doing? Like sometimes she'll like run up to me like, okay, you're talking, like something's happening. I'm surprised she's not here with me now, but we just went on a really long walk, and so she's like crashed out like right behind the camera, so she might start snoring soon. We'll see. See, number 4, your favorite character, your favorite career for a main character to have, and give an example of a book that has that job in it. So I love reading about careers that I don't personally have. So of course I like, booksellers and libraries, anything bookish, or writers. But on the other hand, like something that's not like so automatic to say would be people who work in nature, live out on their own in nature. And so, see, I have several books up here of my nature books. I should have brought some down. But I have like one of the more recent ones I read was Fox and I by An Uncommon Friendship by Catherine Raven. And her career is a professor, but she is living kind of like in the middle of nowhere in Montana, and forms a friendship with a fox. So things like that. I have The Grizzlies of Mount McKinley by Adolph Murray. And he was a biologist, mainly working in Alaska, and he was also, I think he's also a professor as well. So yeah, I have a couple books by him. So things like that, where you're out in the woods and you're studying the wildlife, studying like the the flora and fauna of things, and being part of the seasons. I love that kind of thing. Number 5, do you read at work, audiobooks or other? When I was working in the office, I listened to audiobooks every single day for the majority of the day, because I have a very much of a admin, like, I don't have to talk to customers, and I don't have to deal with like much of a coworker situation. It's just me and the computer, so I can like listen to an audiobook. But since working from home, I have really gotten away from it, especially this year in particular. I've mentioned on this channel a couple of times how I've tried listening to audiobooks this year, and I think I've listened to maybe 20 or so, and I've been keeping a book journal this year. I like to try that out, because all these years I've been reading, I've never kept a book journal, and so I'm trying to read a book and then write a little paragraph on what the book's about and what I thought about it. And I've gotten behind on the book journal a couple of times, and when I come to the audiobook that I listened to like 2 weeks ago or what have you, I can't remember hardly anything what it's about. And I don't know if it's like the format that's not sticking with me, or because I've gotten out of the habit of listening to audiobooks, if it's just not clicking with me, or I'm not like really taking in the information. I don't know. But yeah, so audiobooks have really tanked for me. But as far as like reading at work, I'll read on my lunch breaks. That counts. And I'll read like the physical books or ebooks. And audiobooks here and there. I'll sprinkle them. I probably listen to maybe 2 audiobooks a month now. Whereas before I was listening to at least 8. And even those 2, like I'm saying, like they don't always stick with me. So I think I just either cut them out, or it has to be really, I don't know if it has to be like a simple story or something where I don't have to, there's not a lot of characters, something like that where I can actually pay attention. Let me know if you have any of these issues, or if you have any like problem solution, solutions here to this, because I know when I first started listening to audiobooks, I had a hard time getting into them because I would start listening to it, paying attention, and then my brain would wander off to whatever, and then eventually I built up, I don't know, like that habit or that way of retaining it or something to I had 0 problems until I got away from it and came back, and now I'm just like, so I don't know. Number 6, tell me what book you are going to read today. Also tag someone to do the tag. And so I wasn't prepared at all. But I'll have to show you, I guess I'll show you a picture real quick. I am reading Red Dragon, which is the first book in the Hannibal Lecter series. And I read the first one. If I can get the cover here to pop up. I just found a little quick cover right here for you. What was I saying? So I read the what is it? Silence of the Lambs. I think it was last October. And so I decided to pick, I kind of like dropped some of my TBR or switched it over, put it on hold, I should say. For this week, I'm reading mysteries for the mid-year mystery madness. And so I'm having a lot of fun reading mystery books. And so yeah. This is the first one, and that's the first one. That's what Goodreads is the first one. I don't really know, like if these. I think Silence of the Lambs might have been published first, and then this one was written after, but chronologically it's before, something like that. And I don't know. You probably know more than me. I'm just now getting into the series. I don't know if I'll read books 3 and 4. I think there's 4 books total, but anyway, all that being said, this is about there is a mass murder serial killer where they're killing like the whole family, mother, father, children, everything, very brutally. And you're in the mindset, in the perspective of the police and the murderer. So you're in the heads of both, and so you can understand what's happening and what's going to happen, what adds to the thrill of it. It's like like what the murderer has planned and what they know and all of that kind of stuff. So I really like the writing and all of that, and it's keeping me hooked. I'm probably gonna finish it tonight. But yeah, here's that cover. It's an interesting cover. I haven't really paid too much attention to it since I'm reading it on ebook. I keep wanting to say audiobook now that I've mentioned audiobooks. But yeah, that's the book I'm reading today. And if I finish it, then I'm going to be reading another mystery, The Secrets of the Samurai by, I think it's the name, by Phyllis A. Whitney. And this is one of her children's books. I read all of her adult books, like 15 years ago or something like that. And I've read a couple of her children's books, and this is the one I found at a little free library like a year ago. And I was like, okay, I was like combing my shelves for some mystery books to read, and this was one of them that I had. And this is about a family that is going to stay with their grandmother, who's doing, I think she's either a reporter or she's writing a book. I think it's a book on Japan, and so they are in Kyoto. So anyway, that's the tag, and it doesn't prompt me to tag anyone, but I'm going to tag anyone that's interested in doing this tag. It's a really simple, quick little tag, and so yeah, I had fun doing it. So I will talk to you soon. Thanks, BookTube.